Okay, so we're now up to question 4, which is install the router. So the way we're going to do this, going back to here, is to file import an appliance, and we're going to import from the local drive, drive C, the templates. We're going to install a Zero Shell. This takes about about a minute. Next, and we're going to call this P router, so it's a practice router, and we're going to change the name of the disk, so it's P router.vdi, because we're going to use the VDI format. That's why we've got it ticked. And we're going to also set the primary group that it's in. Hitting the drop down box, we're going to put it in the practice assessment group. We're also going to generate new MAC addresses for all network cards, and we'll go import. This won't take very long. I think it gets to about 6%. Maybe 7. There we go. It's done. Okay, so we've now created that. We've installed it. We just need to set all the right switches and make sure it's plugged into the logical network diagram. So we need to make sure that this router, the first card, is plugged into switch 1 and the second card is plugged into switch 2. Okay, so ether 00, switch 1, ether 01, switch 2. So let's go over here to our network. You can see it puts it into NAT by default. We're going to make the first card go to an internal network, and we're going to make sure it's in switch 1. And the second one, we're going to make it switch 2. Switch 2. Switch 1 and switch 2. Switch 1, switch 2. Okay, that all matches, so we can just start this virtual machine up. And what we need to do down here is to set the right IP addresses and the gateway, and that machine is basically then set up. Okay, so let's double click on it. Here it is, it's starting up. Okay, so I'm going to go to I for IP Manager on the command menu on the right hand side at the bottom, and you can see we've got all the wrong stuff. So we need to have static routes on our router here. First one's a static route of 10.2, ether 01's got a static route of 11.1, and it's got a gateway of 10.1, and we've got none of that in here, so we need to do a bit of work on this one. So first of all, we need to turn off the dynamic on ether 00. So if you look on the command menu, right hand side, second from the bottom is H for dynamic. I'm going to press H, ether 00, and it's currently enabled. I want that disabled, so I'm going to type in disabled. And that should disable it. And then we'll have no IP address. So I'm going to go A to add an IP address on the commands left hand side at the top to ether 00, and I'm going to give it an IP address of 192.168.10.2 as per over here, and hit enter. The net mask is correct, and I need to change the IP address of the second card to 11.1. Currently it's 3.1, so let's go M to modify, which is on the command menu left hand side, second from the top. The card we want to change is ETH01. We're going to change that card. The first IP address, or IP address number 1, is the one that we want to change. We want to change it to 192.168.11.1. Subnet mask is correct and status is up. So now we've got the correct IP addresses. We only need a default gateway. as per this part here, and we've got a default gateway over here. So on the command menu, left hand side, second from the top, sorry, on the right hand side, second from the top, is G to set the default gateway. So let's press G and type in the default gateway of 192.168.10.1. So now we've got all the correct stuff in there. I'm going to do a quick check just to make sure, but we've actually finished this question. We've done this whole thing. So let's do a quick check. I'm going to quit back to the main menu. On the command menu, left hand side, third from the top is S for shell prompts. And I'm going to ping the gateway, which is 192.168.10.1. And it gets to, if we have a look, I've just pinged from here to 10.1. And I'm also going to ping the gateway, I'm going to ping out to the TAFE network. So I'm going to go back over here, Control C to stop it. And I'm going to ping 172.25.104.12. And you can see that I can ping one of the servers out there in the TAFE network as well. So this router has now been set up. Type in exit, gets back to the main menu. So I can minimise this thing out of the road. And we've set this up according to this question here. So that ends this video.